All right, so we're in Ocean Reef. If you guys haven't visited Ocean Reef before, it's like a really nice area down here in the Upper Keys. We're not terribly familiar with it. This is like a members only type situation. So beautiful area. The golf course that we came by was insane. And we're just trying to find our friends over at Regal to see. We actually have no idea what we're looking at here. It's a new model. They say similar to the 50 SAV that we were on not too long ago, which was completely out of control. So we're excited to see it. Haven't seen the crew. We're a little bit early, but hopefully we can spot it here in a second. What are the models you have here?
So starting over here, we have our LX36 with the new Mercury V10s on it.
Nice.
It runs fantastic. It's really quick. We have our 50 SAV here with the Mercury V12 600s. That boat's phenomenal. One of the most comfortable experiences I've ever had on a boat.
Same here. We fished on that one. We were just talking about it there. Super comfortable.
Yeah, it's a blast. We got the 43 SAV over there, still on release. That's what we're going to be using most of the time. We have our 38 Surf over here with twin Volvo V8s, 430 horsepower. 38 SAV with the new Yamaha 350s. And then the 33 Express over there, which is a fantastic boat for doing overnights on. Really compact package, space down below.
Yeah, you guys do a really good job of getting that like berth under there and expanding every square inch of that thing. So notice every boat you walk in and you're surprised by how much room and how many amenities you actually put in there. So the 43 is the new one. That's the, let's go check it out.
This is Tyler. He's our prototype team leader and electrical engineering team leader.
Good morning.
Okay, sounds good.
This is Mike.
How are you?
I'm Micah. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Marketing specialist.
How's it going, man? Nice to meet
How are you?
you.
Nice to meet you. Alan. Oh, this thing looks awesome.
Yeah.
Looks big, man.
This
43 looks big.
Sort of the best of both worlds with the two boats. Something that's really owner-operator friendly as well as really comfortable, high quality, great ride. Completely all new ground up hull done in-house.
Yeah.
So it's built for getting offshore and some of that rough stuff as well as being really comfortable.
Very nice. I was saying that when we went fishing on the 50, like, yeah, we're gonna go fishing on this thing. I go, on a Regal, really? I never expected to be fishing on a Regal, but that, I mean, we brag about it, talk about it all the time as being like one of the most ridiculous fishing experiences we had been on. Grilling, sailfish hooked up. Yep. I don't know how many people we had on the boat, but nobody bumped into each other once. It was amazing. Yeah,
it's one thing we work really hard on is our layouts. So we try to, especially with the SAV series, we try to make sure nobody ever gets stuck in a corner. You don't have to ask anybody to move. You can really just get around both sides, cut through a whole bunch of different ways.
What's the beam on this thing? Really wide.
13.2.
Yeah? Looks like a big 43,
yeah,
for sure. We're looking forward. We're going to jump on this thing, and here we're going to hit the sandbar, and I believe we're going to go fishing tomorrow. So again, we're going to be roughing it here this weekend for you guys, but it's all for the greater good and for the information we pass along to you. So we'll make the sacrifice once again, but we're excited about it.
Yeah, it should be a blast.
Weather looks like it's perfect, so
it's flat
working out. Yeah, awesome, man. Good, how are you?
Good. Thanks for coming down.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Well, where's our boat at?
I think they just want to fuel it up.
Perfect.
Excited to see the 43. It looks like you guys did a really good job with it.
Yeah, did you get a chance to see it before they took it to get fuel?
Yeah. Took a look at it. Looks, I mean, almost the same as this. Really wide for
Very
43. It looks
similar, yeah.
huge.
Yeah,
So
we took a lot of the inspiration from this boat and brought it down to a smaller package because we just knew that everybody did love so much about this boat.
yeah, smart move.
You see a lot of the same technologies. You got the Garmrest is in that.
The Garmrest.
Yeah, the Garmrest over on that one. It really does feel like a little bit smaller 50.
Yeah. Wow. Excited to jump on it and see what it's about. Then hitting the sandbar with it, see what it's built for besides the fishing aspect of it. So be able to have a boat that's that comfortable for your family, but also, you know, very respectable to fish is rare.
That's the mission.
And people ask us about that all the time. Like, man, we're more family, but I like to fish. What do you recommend? And always talk about you guys.
Yeah.
I've been very impressed with it.
That's what
So-
we're trying to do. You know, we want to be able to get out of the sun here a little bit. Want to be able to have that boat where you can take the family out fishing if you want to, or you can just go hang out at the sandbar.
Yep.
So however you want a boat, it works well for it.
Awesome. Well, I guess we're going to experience all that. We're going to fish a little bit or no?
No fishing today.
Dang.
I know. Sorry about that.
All right.
Took you out fishing last time. Today we're going to try and just do a little more sandbar fun.
All right.
We
Sounds
should
good.
have a lot of fun.
Looking forward to it. Thank you. Always good to see you too.
Good to see you too. Yeah,
All right.
I'll catch up with you in a little bit.
Perfect. Well, the group at Regal, again, we haven't known them for a long time, but they've been incredibly solid group. They're very professional in the way that they work. And this is just me talking to you candidly with nobody around, and it's not because they're behind me. We have no association with these guys. We just come out to see the product, learn about it as much as we possibly can. And again, we mix in a little bit of fun. Sandbar, doesn't look like we're gonna fish, so but we fished last time and I'm sure we'll be able to do it again. But this boat, again, for those of you that are looking for, you know, a boat that's excellent for the family, this 50 is a large version of it. The 43 is like almost an identical little brother, but this is one of the brands that we would definitely recommend you take a look at, whether it be at a boat show, a sea trial, a dealer, whatever it may be, but you'll remember us if you do. All right, so the game plan here, from what I understand, is that we're gonna walk through the boat, wanna go through the boat with the guys and show you every single detail that we can. Then from what I hear, we're gonna grab some lunch and take the 43 SAV to the sandbar, open those whole side doors and show you how comfortable this thing could really be if hanging out with your friends or family. So my first thoughts jumping on this, it really doesn't feel much different than the 50. It really is a big 43. Besides that dual row seating, everything else feels very similar. So they were able to bring all the attributes that have been very popular with the 50 SAV into a slightly smaller package. You can see this TV drops down from the hardtop, kind of hides away, but you can either mirror the MFT up in the front or play the football game or your favorite Netflix movie. Pretty awesome, huge mezzanine seats. You got coolers on both sides. I mean, we're gonna go through this thing in more detail, but I'm just trying to soak it in and give you guys that first look experience with me. Very impressed. We got the triple XTOs in the back. We'll see how the boat does performance-wise as well. Maneuvers, turns on a dime. Again, for a 43 footer, this is a boat that you can handle on your own with no problem, or take with your son or daughter and be able to handle it just fine. So it's the right size in the 43 foot, but I mean, you got a lot of square footage in here. And a heck of a lot of comfort, my lord.
Tons different than that, like you said, just trying to bring it down to a smaller package. A couple things, so we're building this with either triple 450s, dual 600 Mercs, or triple 600 Mercs. So
Really?
for those that really want the extra power, they'll
Wow.
differentiate us from a lot of our typical competitors, Sea Ray,
Sure.
Terra, things of those natures. Fold down seat here.
How does it perform with the 450s?
It's
Top
doing
seat.
like 54.
54?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, this isn't your go fast boat. You don't need to be doing 70 on something like this.
No, but that's
But a
why-
nice cruise speed and
that's why we're going to offer the triple 600s for those that really want it.
yeah. You're gonna add a
Yeah,
lot of
no,
weight. Well, actually, I
no,
guess
add
the
a
weight
lot
is
of
not
weight.
much of a difference compared to these, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to do anything for whole shots. Pretty well just going to do more top speed. We'll
Right.
do like mid 60s based off the CFD we've done.
You said you have a V10 400 package?
We've at this point not planning to offer V10 400s. Just
Really?
the twin 600s or triple 600s.
Gotcha. So we're making about a 40-mile run to Alligator Reef. Then we're gonna go to the island run and sandbar after that. We're gonna do the walkthrough first, but you can see we're doing 48 miles an hour, cruising incredibly comfortable. Beautiful day, but we're tucked underneath this enclosure out of the sun, and we don't have wind hitting us barely at all. So you got 4 seats up front here, and obviously this whole summer kitchen space back. But standing here is perfectly fine too. Incredibly comfortable and a ton of room for a lot of people on this boat. When we do these shoots, we always try to look for a nice, clean, clear area of water just to be able to make the boat look good, and it's pretty easy when you get down to the Keys. We have Aligator Reef right to my left, and just check this out. It looks like we're in the Bahamas. Tempting to jump in. How nice must it be to drop these side doors and just get in and out of this water? Perfect boat for this. And again, we're just gonna get the drone up, show you the full exterior of the boat, probably do our walkthrough here, and then head over to the Isla Morada sandbar.
I don't mind the pain, and I like to feel the shame of it.
I'm here with Jake from Regal Boats, and as we usually do, we're gonna learn as much as we can about the 43 SAV, and I sure as heck don't know all the details. So Jake, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
For coming out, having us out here. So if we can start at the power plant back here and work our way forward, it'd be great. If you want, go ahead and take it.
Yeah, so you can see this boat's got the triple 450 XTO Yamahas. We're also going to be building this boat with either twin or triple 600 Mercs, so glad to be offering both powers to our customers. So depending on just which engines you prefer, have a lot of optionality there. But while we're back here, one of the things I really like is just the low to the water swim platform. So
yeah.
You'll see throughout this boat, it's all about versatility. So for a day that you are hanging out at a sandbar or do some diving like we do out here, having a nice low to the water swim platform that gives you easy access to the boat on both sides is really quite a big deal.
Yeah, so that's a good point. That I've actually spoken to Cam Kirkconnell, some of these big Spiros. That's a detail that is a night and day difference for someone that's spear fishing, getting in and out of the boat often, not having to climb up a long distance, and it's a real good detail that you guys thought of it. You got a lot of room to work with. It looks like an extendable ladder off the port side.
Over on that side. So, and if you do go with a twin 600 setup, you'll get a much more platform here, as those engines are close together where only the lower units move. So the platform will change depending on your engine setup to take advantage of everything.
Gotcha. Performance wise, what are we seeing with the triple 450s?
These are doing just under 55 miles an hour, so it's absolutely great engine package. Been very, very happy with them so far.
Yeah. Saw actually also with the fuel economy completely pinned at that top end speed. We're doing 0.5 miles per gallon, which is not bad, all out. And I think we were cruising at what, 0.7, something like that?
Right around there.
So this is a huge platform, 13.5-foot beam, 43 feet, so very respectable, and I was impressed, at the full on pin position doing 0.5. So I've seen some boats of this size do that at their optimal cruising speed, which is gut-wrenching at some times, so not bad at all. Continue on.
Yeah, so as we work our way into the cockpit, today we're more about hanging out, but you do have two pressurized live wells right here. So for the days that you do want to fish a little bit, that's a great option. Then you've got storage here on both sides. So whether it's fenders, lines, or tackle, put a Yeti hopper fits in there. So if you do want to have just easy access to that, really try to maximize the storage throughout the boat. Obviously tons of cup holders. Coming forward here, this seat pops out. So for the days that you do have a big crew and you want to hang out, but we find that a lot of times we like to have that seat up. There's tons of seating on this boat. So just being able to take advantage of the extra room. You got the rocket launcher in here today, but you can also get this set up with a table. So if you're a typical boating day, you want to do a little bit more dining, we offer that. A lot of optionality throughout the boat, kind of one of the key themes.
Sure, I see I always break these boats up to like different entertainment areas. This cockpit area is obviously one. You can have 6-8 people here, maybe even more if you drop these side hull doors down. It's a 13.6 beam you said, and I think you get an extra 5 feet, so 18.5, 18.6 when it's fully deployed, which is amazing. And then you have a drop down TV here, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, drop down TV's really nice, but what I love is the engineering team just paid attention to the details. So this is actually a SunBright outdoor TV, so you can actually see it on a sunny day like today.
Yeah.
Hard to see a normal TV, so just making sure that you go all the way and get the right TV just shows the attention to detail throughout the whole boat.
Yeah, I noticed that. You see it perfectly, and it seems to be like a non-glare, like a matte finish, so you don't get that reflection from the sun or the water. So really nice, and then you can tuck it away, get it out of the way, and I believe you can mirror your MFDs through here.
Yeah, you can mirror your MFDs, or right now we're running Starlink on this boat.
Watching
so it's
football.
Up to an Apple TV. It's amazing. We also have
the satellite TV on this boat, but I think the Starlink's going to end up being really popular for a lot of people. You're already seeing a lot of that in the marine industry.
100%. The opposite side of that, we have a rear-facing mezzanine seat, 2 freezers you mentioned, and this one also has an ice maker, which
so
is
this is
awesome.
Absolute, in my opinion, the best seat in the house. You can see it's easily covered by shade, super comfortable. You know, one thing at Regals, we work really hard on the ergonomics. It's not just the seat. You know, for us, it's always about sit in the seat, feel the difference. That's one of our true advantages. And then on both sides, you've got mezzanine tubs here with freezer plates in them, so you can set them to be a freezer or a refrigerator. And then this one, if you get the optional ice maker, does pump the ice in there, so that's a really neat option. You know, whether it's entertaining like we're doing today, or you know, if you do go fishing, be able to freeze your bait, not have to worry about it, and always be looking to get ice is a big deal.
Yeah, all the finishes are nice. I asked you what this material was earlier. It looks like you know, almost looks like a marble Carrera material, but I'm sure it's
surface countertop,
marine grade.
Yep, great. Holds up to the, you know, just to all we put boats through,
the elements.
So not gonna have to worry about it over time, and you can see all this nice teak accent finish here. You know, really makes the whole boat pop.
Okay. Is there anything under the mezzanine seat?
Yeah, you just got storage underneath the mezz seat, so you know we do a pretty good job. We take advantage of, you know, if you never had enough storage on the boat, never seen one. So
can never have too much. Yeah.
we try to take advantage of all that. So you can get this boat with either just generator, lithium system, or this hybrid system where it's lithium and then you have the auxiliary generator, so if you do run low.
Thank you.
Fun.
That's funny. Not often we get recognized out here in the middle of the by Alligator Reef, but they watched the videos and they got to see this one in action, which is pretty cool.
I've never been recognized before, so. You know, while we're back here at the transom, another thing that I really like is not only do you have access to your shore power here, so when you do get back to the dock, but this stern anchor that easily stores away, pops out, big deal. You always know where that is. Don't have to fight with that taking up some of your other storage or putting a salty anchor.
That's awesome.
Anywhere. That's a really nice feature. Spent a lot of hours at the sandbar perfecting that one.
Yeah, see, this is a wash down over here, and these JL Audio speakers back in the transom are awesome. As I'm sure you know, if you're sitting in the sandbar, these are the ones that are gonna, you know, get up and out of the boat and shoot you a little bit of that sound when you're in the water. So the little details are what count, and if you've been out there long enough and enough times, you realize how nice these little features are. I wouldn't want to be the guy that that has to organize this and lay this out and do all this rigging and organize. I mean, it's an art form, honestly. What do we have going on?
Yeah, so you can see on this boat here, this one's got basically all the options checked here on this prototype, but a couple of key features. It's got a Seakeeper 4 standard with this boat. That's a really awesome feature. If you haven't had experience on that, it just really takes the sloppiness out of the boat on less than perfect days. But down here, this boat has our live power or hybrid system. So this has got a full lithium ion battery bank, but it also has a generator as a backup. So if you were to drain that, the generator will automatically kick on to keep you going. This boat is available with just a standard generator if you prefer that package. This is a nice upgrade though for those that don't want to have to worry about running the generator. I mean, it's got a diesel Fisher Panda, and with this setup you can go months without ever putting fuel in it, because 80 or 90% of your days you won't use enough power to drain the system.
Wow.
You got your compressors here for your freezer plates as well as your ice maker, but really impressed with the team and how organized, clean, finished this is. I mean, there's a lot going on here, but you're able to get good access to everything, and just being able to have a fully finished off fiberglass lazarette here, you know, really shows the first class fit and finish of this product.
Yeah, very impressive. Great access, as you said, to be able to troubleshoot something and get this whole hatch out of the way. There's a lot going on in here, but like I said, you have plenty of room to be able to work on anything you need, pull something out if you were to need to, and this whole system is really cool. We did see it on the 50 SAV,
yep.
So nice to see that you guys brought it to this boat as well.
Yep, and you do get a lot of storage down here too, and then you can also see, the table's not in it, but this is where your cockpit table would store, so that does easily get out of the way.
So obviously if you spend a lot of time out here on the water, the sun can get aggressive, especially here in South Florida. So besides the oversized hardtop, having this extendable shade is huge. You know, you can put the music on, grab something to eat, sit back, relax, and you're not gonna get absolutely roasted. If you wanna get some sun, you have areas to do it, plenty of real estate on this boat to do whatever you want. But for me personally, it's huge to be able to get some shade and just, you know, cool things down here quite a bit. Drops at least 10 degrees putting that thing up. Now we took a step up into the second entertainment area, as I like to call it, underneath the hardtop, which is massive, by the way. Absolutely amazing. tons of shade, gets you out. Like I said, it's very important, at least to me. I'm sure a lot of you guys are as well. So Jake, what do you call this area? And if you can, just take us through it.
Yeah, I mean, so this is really just, the wet bar, but it's really the heart of the boat. It's where all the action's going to happen, especially for a day like today where you are anchored up or entertaining. So I'll just take you through it. Starting here, you've got 2 grills. So on a boat this size, you're going to have a big crew. You're going to want to have access to 2 grills here. Over here, you got a sink and a cutting board. Nice oversized sink. You got dual fridges on the outside with tons of storage on the inside. You also have more storage either side here. You've got a 45 Yeti that comes with the boat, but absolutely one of my favorite features is that you have trash cans on both sides of this wet bar. Again, typical day on this boat, you're gonna have 10, 12 people just always having a place to, throw away a drink or a plate or anything, but being able to do it in a way where you don't have to walk around and get in somebody's way, that's one of the best features of this boat. But
I said the trash bag in the live well was the trash for most boats for the longest time, so to be able to have 2 and quite sizable too, they're good size. So you don't have to be swapping them out every 10 seconds. And for me, what I noticed with this like summer kitchen setup here, there's times where I've tried to cook things and I'm uncomfortable. You don't have the space. You guys have, a ridiculous amount of space to be able to work, whether you're cutting something on this board here, setting something up on this area, and then multiple grills. We didn't bring any lobster tails or anything?
No lobster tails.
Churrascos are on here? Okay, but it's nice to have 2 grills, and you mentioned something earlier that you can drain this, or?
Yeah, so this all does drain. These are smokeless grills, and it's all plumbed, so it drains right into the sink, so it makes the cleanup as easy as possible.
So you just hit it with fresh water, drain it, that's awesome. So all the drippage, and it looks like it has an aluminum tray underneath, so it kind of catches that. You pull that out. So
pull that out.
And ease of maintenance when you're out here. You don't want to be stumbling over things and struggling. And the easier it is to maintain, the cleaner usually you're going to keep it. But pretty awesome. Up here, go through this for me.
Yeah. So you got first you got speakers, of course. Music's a big part of it. You got wireless chargers. We know tons of people are coming and they want to be able to charge their phone. But then you also, this whole boat is run through a digital switching system. So you've got access to all of your systems right here, whether it is something from starting a generator you can do from right here, but also if you want to run out that Amerishade that we saw earlier, or put the TV down, or raise or lower your doors, turn lights on, it's all right here. So again, this is like kind of the heartbeat of the boat, so having access to all of your systems right here makes it very easy. It's all redundant, so it's the same stuff that goes up there, but because of how popular this zone is, you gotta have it all right there.
Okay. And I noticed also that these Helm chairs spin, correct?
Yeah, so your 2 outside, outside Helm
ones
chairs spin, and then all of these lay down. So if you are doing what we're doing here today, being able to use these to get a little extra space, you can set up your fixings if you're making food or whatever it ends up being. Really nice feature. Again, just taking advantage of all the different spaces.
Yeah.
You got cup holders here, so if you are grilling, easy spot to put your drink. Works really well.
Yeah, that's great. You drive to your destination. Obviously, the seats are facing forward like we did, but once you settle in, turn them around, sit back, relax. You're checking your kids jumping in and out of the water. You're cooking, playing music. You can tell that you guys put a lot of thought into every little detail on the boat. I can tell you that.
Yeah, we tried. And what you said earlier is so true. The big hard top, people want to be out of the sun, at least down here in Florida, and being able to get easily 10 people here out of the sun.
Well, it extends your day. Yep. I mean, a day can be cut short real quick if you don't have that sun protection. You literally, in the heat of summer here, you feel like you're going to pass out. Happened to us the other day. It's nice to be able to be out here, especially with younger kids and stuff. It's cool. It's actually not hot. You got a breeze running through. It's really comfortable just to be sitting here with no AC, system at all. Now we're in the captain's quarters here, where you run the boat, and the first thing I notice is that 13.6 beam. Fit 4 adjustable Helm chairs here, very comfortable. You have areas to put your feet, even on the console cabin door, which is really nice. And Jake, if you want, go ahead and take us through, because we got a lot going on here too.
Yeah, a lot going on. So I mean, it starts with just comfort, a great spot to hang out, be able to get 4 across. Really popular feature of ours. But the next thing to me is just really how well laid out the Helm is. Most of us are going to be running a similar setup to this now in terms of you're going to have your joystick, whether it's through Mercury or Yamaha, but then it's the little attention to detail. So the fact that your joystick and your bow thruster are on different sides. So if you are operating the joystick but want just a little bit more, being able to get that with a different handle. You're not having them both on the same side. Yep. Easy access to your autopilot here through Yamaha. Of course, phone charger. We got the Humphrey Lightning standard on this boat, so it really takes the ease out of the trimming. That's an interceptor system, but you got your radio, you got plenty of phone charging with more USB plugs here, twin 22-inch Garmins, just a lot going on. So, and then one of my favorite features is this Garmrest. So for a day like today where we ran 30-40 miles down here on a beautiful smooth day, being able to adjust our course or see where we're going, change the radio. If you are out fishing and you want to be able to pull up your radar so you can look for birds right here, you know, without having to get up. I hate to say it, it makes you sound really lazy, but you just get used to doing this all day. Or even if you're in rough seas, just having a little smaller screen where you're right here and you're not trying to lean forward really becomes so useful. A little bit of storage under here, plenty of cup holders. Really hard to beat this setup.
Yeah, so you have some AC vents, so turn that on, it'll cool this up a little bit. You guys did a good job as well with the height of the seating and your console area. We're sitting down, but we can easily see right over the bow of the boat. So you can really, you know, hit this thing on autopilot, be perfectly fine and comfortable here, be able to clearly see everything around you. So same thing whether you're, you know, driving sitting down, which a lot of boats usually I don't drive sitting down unless it's a long distance run like what we did. But even up here, it's a big boat, but we are slightly elevated, and I have excellent visibility all the way through. It's a one-piece full windshield there, which is really nice also. And then you got a little sunshade, panoramic sunroof type thing that you can open up here. Lets a little natural light in, which is always nice. But yeah, if you sit in the seat and you experience it, which I recommend you do at an upcoming boat show, you know, you'll know what it is we're talking about. You guys really did a good job with all of this thing. There's not one thing that I would say that pops up to me that I would change.
Yeah, thanks. Really appreciate that. We try to spend a lot of time on our boats and get used to all those little different nuances and try to set the helms up the right way.
So there's certain boat manufacturers and models that we've been on, and you can tell if someone was involved in the design process that has hours on the boats, because you sit there and you're like, oh my god, that's nice there, that's nice there. Even a cup holder, something as simple as that. You know, if you've been through it enough and you thought, man, it would be nice to have that there. You know, there's very few companies, honestly, that I've been on where I've felt it, and this is honestly one of them.
So one new feature that's all new on this 43 is we have these opening wings on the side here. So it really gives these outboard seats just that couple extra inches of protection. You know, when you're running 40, 50 miles an hour, being able to get totally out of the wind, you know, makes the day feel a little better.
Yeah, I actually tried it. I was sitting in this outer seat here, and he clicked it on for me, and it wasn't like you were getting a ton of wind without it, but it definitely completely deflects it where you're getting no wind, and it makes a huge difference. You're having a conversation in here. It's tough to hear what other people are saying when that wind is just hitting you in the ear like that. So small detail, but a nice addition to the boat.
Another really nice feature is, you know, we really focus a lot on how we get on and off our boats, and being able to have this flip down step here, so that if you are at a high dock where you can easily get down in your boat, you know, for a lot of our owners, you know, making that jump down there, that 3 feet, it's not something that you want to do. So being able to have this access for the port side here, along with the full access on the starboard side, is really great touch. And when closed up, you still got the easy access to the bow completely out of the way.
Yeah, I honestly didn't even know what that was there until you cracked it open. So a nice little detail. Let's check out that other side.
So over here on the starboard side, you can see you have great access using these stairs here. Again, if you're boarding from high docks, which a lot of our customers are, depending on the infrastructure of where you're boating, this is a really big deal. Again, just being able to easily get on and off the boat. Or, you know, another thing I like is if you are out fishing or something, or diving, you can easily stand up here and get a good view of what's in the water. Makes it easy without having to jump up on a gunnel or something.
And the grab rail up here makes it nice too, to, you know, make sure you don't fly off the side. Walking our way up towards the bow. This is like a big bow rider. You got a huge U-shaped seat, and this is another entertainment space, obviously. So Jake, take us through.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it starts again with the ergonomics. You'll notice how comfortable that seat is. This is a big boat. We're on a 43, but you don't feel like you're set too low where you can barely see, but you also don't feel like you're too exposed. So we work really hard on all those dimensions to give it a great feel. But as you can see, get tons of seating around here. You know, it's popular. Also a good long spot, a couple of them. So if you end up, you know, with somebody that wants to take a nap, which we know happens out on the boat.
Sure.
You can also get a table here. So this can become another dining area. It also can fill into one big sun pad. So if you want more sunning rather than seating, again, this boat's all about versatility and customizing the experience to the day you want to have on the water.
Yeah, and I can see this on a calm day like today, this being a great spot to run and just cruise and have the wind, you know, blowing through your hair. Not so much me, but, you know, maybe people with hair. Yeah, again, if you want to get away from the crowd, maybe the noise, read a book, you know, this might be a good place to do it. Now with those big shades they put off the bows.
Yeah,
too,
so
you
this
know?
one you can put, we call it some people call it a med shade, we call it a Bahamas shade, but you can put up, it's a, you know, a great system on 4 carbon fiber poles that go here. So if you do want to get this shade, which a lot of our customers do, tons of cup holders, phone charger, you know, like you said, all the music's on different zones. So if you want it to be a little louder up here while you're running, or quieter,
Armrest.
if this becomes like kind of the quiet zone of the boat,
Right.
again, it's all about that customization.
Really nice. All right, let's run over to that sandbar and kind of put this thing to the test. Why don't
Go
we?
check it out.
Let's go. To Robbies, which is like a legendary location down here in Islamorada in the Keys. This is the place where you can feed tarpon. I actually brought my kids here not too long ago. They sell all kinds of little paraphernalia, Keys style stuff. So we're gonna dock up to the T-head and grab some lunch here. The food is actually really good. I've eaten here 3 or 4 times, and every time I've been impressed with it. So that's exactly what you buy this kind of boat for. Hang offshore, do your thing, come in, you know, inside, grab waterfront lunch, and just enjoy the day like we're doing right now. So it's nice, besides having the whole side door that completely folds down, having the smaller door, which makes more sense in this situation here. So no matter where you're at, you can also jump off the transom real easy. So several ways to get in and out of this boat comfortably. The staircase, on a taller dock, you got that elevated area. This right here, then that transom piece. I don't want to like... Oh! we weren't aiming down, we had to worry. Face the GoPro straight. There you go. Oh! Landing the tarpon tamer. Jiggle it, jiggle it. Oh! Okay. Whoa! Whoa! Sorry, I don't have anything. Pelicans are friendly around here. Alright, so like I said, the food here is pretty solid. Mahi sandwich. These this wrap is good too. Keep it light. How you guys doing over there? Those wraps look pretty solid.
Try it. Good. Looking good.
Enjoy. Cheers.
Cheers.
Pulling out of here, we got stomach pool. Food was phenomenal. Something cool that's been kind of a tradition here. You see the dollar bills everywhere, so people stamp their thing, they sign it and kind of leave their mark, and that is spread across the entire structure here, even back where they're selling all the trinkets in the bar. Funny how those things start and they kind of stick on and everybody keeps adding it.
Popping off, getting ready to head out. So again, this is what you buy a boat like this for, to be able to do this sort of thing. What we're doing today, we're gonna hang out now at a sandbar and kind of pull up to an area there, see what that's about. I don't know if you can hear that sound behind me, but this thing has a bow thruster on it. Makes it real easy to dock up and pull off. You're gonna see here in a second. Go ahead and jump on, guys, before we separate too far. Now that we pulled off the dock, we can go ahead and close the whole side door, which was very convenient. And there you go, lock. Simple as that. We just pulled up to the Islamorada sandbar. You can see this is a calm weekend here in the Keys, and this line goes all the way down full of boats. So there's always something to do here in the Keys, and this is obviously a popular sandbar. You're gonna see all kinds of boats here, from pontoons to cobias and everything else. So we're gonna anchor up right here, open up the spread, show what it would be like to set yourself up in a Regal 48 SAV and hang out a little bit. So again, especially here in South Florida, the forward shade is a huge addition to any sort of boat, especially if you have seating up there. It gets really hot, the sun can blaze, and if you want to elongate your time out on the water, something like this is huge. So they have a great one here. Just put the 4 rods into the rod holders, extend that fabric piece over top, and it's a done deal. Easy to deploy, easy to take down. Absolutely awesome addition to the Regal 43 SAV.
So a couple of things that make this cabin really special. First, you got a large open window here to get you plenty of natural light, make this space feel as open and airy as possible. You've got a really nice V-berth forward. You can see here it's got the filler cushion in, so this does convert to a bed if you really want to sleep a lot of people. One of my favorite features is just going to be the robust size of the head. A lot of companies will make the head in such a way it's just check the box. Yeah, we have this. Not on our boat. You'll see that there's a toilet, separate shower, sink, you know, having a full plexiglass separate shower so you never have to get your sink or your toilet wet. It's really unique. And this style of boat, one of the things that definitely differentiates us from our competitors. And then also a mid-berth. Not a ton of companies have a mid-berth in their boat. Ours is super nice. You've got 2 standard tween beds, both with inner spring mattresses. For those that do want to have one single larger bed, the headboard converts to make this a full-size king, but you can see just beautiful fit and finish everywhere. You know, this boat's truly made for those that want to maybe do a lot of day boating, but then do some weekends. Or, you know, another thing that we find is a lot of our owners, you know, they might be boating with multi-generational families and have young kids or young grandkids, and they're going to need a place to go down throughout the day. So having a really nice space that's air conditioned that you can put the kids down really lets us extend the amount of time that we get on the water, which is really meaningful.
All right, so now I'm gonna get behind the wheel for a little bit on the 43 SAV, see what this thing is all about. I'm gonna go ahead and kick it in gear. You notice for a big boat, there's not much bow lift at all, so it really just jumps up on plane. This is a lot of boat. You guys were saying it's 30,000 pounds? Yeah. A lot of boat, a lot of weight, and the triple 450 seems to be just fine. About 40 miles an hour, comfortable cruise. And again, this is nice. I mean, we've been running it on autopilot, which we can engage here in a minute. I took it off just to be able to get a feel for it. But again, long distance run, this is really comfortable. It feels like you're in a car, sports car, like a sedan. Everything is perfectly placed, and the distances are right. Some of these seats are too far back, too low. You know, you can't reach the wheel. You got to drive with your foot. So you guys really did figure it out. The thickness of this cushion plays a big part, and the adjustment you can do is nice too. Nice boat. Doing 42, and again, it tops out mid 50s, 55, 57. Yeah. It really does feel like you're driving a tank. It's a big boat, wide, 13.6 beam, and it really does feel like a small yacht. I mean, it's super sturdy. I don't hear any banging. I mean, granted, it's a pretty calm day today. Really beautiful weather we got here. Got up to about 45 miles an hour. Give it a little more speed. Make sure I don't lose anybody. Landon, you're still here? All right. All right, kind of pitting it for a second. Getting into the 50s already. It's fast, man. Triple 450s. What does it do with the Mercury 600?
I think the Merc 600 performance will be very similar, a little better hold shot, maybe a little bit slower on the top speed, and then if you want to go real fast, you get the triple 600 package, it'll be over 60 miles an hour.
Right. Well, this with twin 600s would be a pretty nice setup, I think.
Yeah, by having 4 props instead of 3,
yeah,
make your whole shot, your ability to stay on plane at low speed.
The multiple gears.
Yep.
So it's made for this exact application. So big fan of those Mercuries, especially on a boat like this. Makes a lot of sense. guess from this angle especially, you know, look at how inviting that is, how much room you have, the amenities, and it's not even with the whole side doors open, shade out. I mean, you got every doohickey you can imagine on this thing, fully rigged. Did really well with the 450 XTOs on it. I'd love to be able to try it with Mercury's and some of the other power options, but, you know, again, overall very pleased with it. You know, it seems like a very versatile boat, and again, nowadays as more groups want to get their family out with good reason, you know, this is the perfect, you know, versatile vessel to be able to do just about anything and everything you want to do any day you go out on the water. All right, so beautiful day on the 43 SAV, rolling right back in here to Ocean Reef. Beautiful location. Again, if you haven't heard about it, look into it. It's interesting. It's a members only thing, so I don't believe you can just come and visit, but great week that these guys have had here. We joined at the back end to it, so that's basically the day. That's our sea trial on the 43 SAV, showing you a little bit of the different things you can do on a boat like this, and there's many more. Again, you can fish on this thing, you can run over to the Bahamas. We just kind of tacked a little bit of it, but had a great day with the crew, and hopefully you guys did as well. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. We'll do our best to answer them and connect you to these guys if we don't know the answers to it. So my name is Alan. Thank you once again from Center Consoles Only. We'll see you soon.